Hi, welcome to math class. Let's look at our calendar. Do you remember the months of the year? How many months of the year are there? 12. Okay, let's say them. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. Those are the months of the year. And if we look, we see that it is the month of April still. April is which month? January, February, March, and April. Which it is the 4th month, right? And yesterday was April 13, and you see I already marked off. April 14 is today. 4/14, and it's still the year 2020. Good job. Okay, let's do our days of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If yesterday was Monday, then today is Tuesday. Tuesday, capital Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, April 14, 2020. And if you look right here, here is Earth Day. Do you see that? Earth Day on the 22nd. It's also a new moon, Earth Day. And today is the 14th, so how many more days until Earth Day? Remember, we don't count today, but we start counting on tomorrow. That's our number 1 day. Are you ready? Here, let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 more days until Earth Day and the new moon. 8 more days. Now, which day is Earth Day on? And you can tell that by going straight up from Earth Day up to the day which it says Wednesday. So Earth Day is on a Wednesday, and it's 8 days from today. All right. Let's go on to our clock. Our clock starts with a simple time here. Do you see that? So start with your small hand, the hour hand, which is pointing to the 9. And then the minute hand is pointing straight up, right? And when it's pointing straight up, it says o'clock. So it is 9 o'clock. Let's do a little bit more difficult one right here. So let's go to our hour hand. It's between the 10 and the 11, right? And when it's between the two numbers, you go back to the first number, which is 10. And now this time, the minute hand is pointing straight down. And when it's pointing straight down, it says 30, right? And we know that because if we count by 5, starting with the 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, we get 30 when we get to the 6, right? So our time here is 10:30, right? Or 10:30. 10:30 is the same as 10:30. All right, I'm just going to grab out of the cup, the money cup, some coins. I got some coins in my hand here. And something else that I didn't want to get. But let's see what we have here. I have 2 of these little coins, right? It's small, but it's worth 10, right? It's a dime, and a dime is worth 10. And I have 2 dimes. So if I have a 10 plus another 10, 10 plus 10 is 20, right? 10 plus 10 is 20. So I have 20 cents worth of dimes. And I have 3 of these. What are these? Nickels, right? Nickels, and nickels are worth 5. So I have 3 of them. So let's count by 5 3 times. 5, 10, 15. So I have 20 cents worth of dimes plus 15 nickels. So one way we can figure that out is 20 plus 15, or we can count our dimes and then keep counting on by 5s for our nickels. We could go like this. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. Let's see if we got that right. We can add 20 plus 15 and see if we get 35. We'll always start on the right side. 0 plus 5 is 5, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have 35. We're right. We had 35 cents. So we did a good job. All right. We're going to count by 3s. We're going to count by 3s. Okay. Remember, when we're counting by 3s, we're doing the multiples of 3s. So we're doing like 3 times 1, 3 times 2. So this is multiplication for the older kids. So it's going up by 3 each time, and I'm going to write it out first, and then we're going to count. Are you ready? So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3, or 3 3s, is 9. 3 times 4, or 3 4s, is 12. 3 times 5, or 3 5s, is 15. 3 times 6, or 3 6s, is 18. 3 7s, or 3 times 7, is 21. 3 8s, or 3 times 8, is 24. 3 9s, or 3 times 9 is 27. And 3 10s, or 3 times 10, is 30. So let's count by 3s. Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Let's count a little faster. Ready? Let's do it again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Excellent. All right, kindergartners, let's start with you. Now, I know you've been practicing your last name, right? Like Makai Herrera and Callie Kent and Kieran Keene. And we are practicing writing all of our last names, right? So let's say that I asked you to write your last name 3 times. So you write your name 3 times. And then I say, oh, you're doing such a good job. You should practice it 2 more times. You should write it 2 more times. So is that plus or minus if you're doing more? Plus. So I want you to write it 2 more times. So you wrote your last name 3 times, and you're going to write it 2 more times. So 3 plus 2. What is 3 plus 2? If you have 3 fingers, and then you have 2 more, let's count. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. So you would have written your name if you wrote your name 3 times, and then 2 more times you wrote your name a total of 5 times. Good. Now, let's say I ask you, and if you have your board, you can draw this with me, right? I ask you to draw a square. And I ask you to draw a rectangle. And I ask you to draw this weird shape, kind of like a crooked square, right? And I ask you to draw kind of like an arrow type of thing right there. So if you look at these 4 shapes, which one is different? Which shape is different from the other ones? Do you think this one? How about this one? Do you think this one? What about that one? Well, if you chose this one, you are correct. Because it is different, because if you count the sides, the number of sides on each shape, you'll see that this one has a different amount. The square has 4. The rectangle has 4, this crooked square has 4, and this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides instead of 4. So it is different. So when it asked you to circle in your worksheet, the shape that is different, choose the one that has, it might be because it has a different number of sides. All right, first graders. Remember when I picked out of the coin cup and I had some dimes and some nickels? Well, let's say I reach my hand in again and I pull out 5 dimes. And dimes are worth 10. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since they're worth 10, I'm going to put 10 in each one, okay? All right. I also had pulled out 3 pennies. And how much are pennies worth? Right, just 1. Now let's say I think, well, I don't have any nickels. I'm going to stick my hand back in there and see if I can get some nickels. So I stick my hand back in the cup and I pull out 3 more dimes. No nickels and no more pennies, just 3 more dimes. So 1, 2, 3. 3 more dimes. My question is, how many dimes do I have now? Now, do I have to worry about how many pennies I have if I'm talking about dimes? No, I just need to worry about dimes. So I have, let's count just the dimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 dimes. But how much money do I have all together? How much money? What are my dimes and pennies worth together? So if they're dimes, we have to count by 10. So let's count by tens, and then we'll just count on one more when we're done for our pennies. Let's count together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83. So I have 83 cents. 8 dimes, 3 pennies makes 83 cents. Isn't that interesting? 8 dimes, 3 pennies makes 83 cents. Okay. Now, let's say I have these 3 shapes here. I have this shape, which is divided into fourths, and this shape, which is divided in half, and this other shape, which is divided in half. The shape that's divided in fourths, I want to color 2/4 of that. So is this one divided in fourths? No. How about this one? No. Is this one divided in fourths? In 4 pieces or fourths. And I want to color in 2/4. So I'm going to color in 2 out of the 4 pieces. That's 2/4. 2/4. That's a fraction. 2 out of the 4 pieces I colored in. Now if I color in 1/2 of this shape, that's 1 out of the 2 pieces. And if I color in 1/2 of this shape, that's 1 out of the 2 pieces. What do you notice? Well, what I notice is that they're all the same. Half of the shape is gone. So that means that 2 out of the 2/4 is the same as 1/2, right? Because 2 out of 4 pieces is the same as 1 out of the 2 pieces. Because if this was 1 piece and this was 1 piece, and I colored in 1 piece, it would be the same. And later you'll learn to reduce fractions, but right now I just want you to know about fractions. Okay, these are fractions. All right. 2nd and 3rd grade, I am thinking of a number, and it's a secret number. But I will give you some clues. It is between 70 and 75. So that's not hard. You know it has to be either 71, 72, 73, or 74, right? Because those are the numbers that are between 70 and 75. But how you will figure that out is the sum. The sum is when you add two numbers together, right? That's an addition problem. The answer is the sum. The sum is 10. So if I have 71 and I add these two digits together, is 7 plus 1 10? No, that can't be 71. 7 plus 1 is 8. How about 72? If I add 7 plus 2 together, what does that make? 7, 8, 9. Nope, that's not 10. So how about 73? If I add 7 plus 3 together, 7, 8, 9, 10. The sum of my two digits added together makes 10, and it's between 70 and 75, so my answer would be 73. 73 would be the number that I'm thinking of. It was the number. Okay, now, I want to make 52 cents. Maybe, let's say I'm buying a donut, and the donut costs 52 cents. There's not only one way that you can pay 52 cents, right? You can use different kinds of coins to make 52 cents. So if Q is for quarters, D is for dimes, N is for nickels, P is for pennies. Okay? To make 52, let's think of some different ways we can make 52. So if we're using some quarters, how many quarters make 50? Right, 2 quarters. 25, 50. 2 quarters make, so I could use 2 quarters to get 50 cents, but I still need 2 cents more. What can I use to make 2 cents? Right, I could use 2 pennies. So I put 2 pennies. So to make 52 cents, one way would to have 2 quarters and 2 pennies. But that's not the only way we can make 52 cents. Can you think of another way? What about using dimes? How many dimes would I need to make 50? Right, I would need 5 because dimes are worth 10 and we count by tens 5 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, I'm counting by 5s, guys. Count by 10s. Let's count by 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Woo, okay. 50, 50, 50. So we have 5 dimes. Did you catch me on that? I hope you caught me on that. Okay, so 5 dimes makes 50 cents, but I still need 2 cents. How do I make 2 cents? Right, 2 pennies. 52. I would use 5 dimes and 2 pennies. Okay. Whew. All right, now let's do the nickels. I was trying to count nickels before. Let's count nickels this time. Okay, how many nickels would I need to make 50? There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I would need 10 nickels. 10 nickels. How many pennies? 2. So to make 52 cents, I could also have 10 nickels and 2 pennies. What if I only have pennies? How many pennies would I need to make 52 cents? You're right, I would need 52 pennies. 52 pennies. And there's other ways. You can do combinations. You could do 1 quarter, which is 25. And then I could do 2 dimes. So 25, 35, 45. And then I could do 1 nickel, 50, and 2 pennies. I guess just what we want you to know is that there are many ways to make to make 52 cents or 63 cents or 24 cents or whatever you're making. You can use different multiples of coins. Okay, last thing. Let's say that this is oh my goodness, I don't know how to draw this, but it has usually 4. This is a compass. And a compass shows us north, south, east, and west, right? So north is where on the compass? Right, on the top. That doesn't mean north is up in the sky, right? That's not what it means. But on the compass, north is at the top of the compass. And south is on the bottom. And then we have east, and we have west. Now, this area right here, these areas right here, are a combination of the two. So if I'm going to the North Shore, but I just passed the East Shore, there's a place between the East Shore and the North Shore, and it is called Northeast. And there's a place between the South Shore and the East Shore, and it's called Southeast. And between the South and the West, called Southwest, and a place between the North and the West called Northwest. And if you notice, North and South kind of take over. They're mentioned first when they're talking about Northeast or Southeast or those type of things. So we have North, South, East, West, Northeast, Southeast, Southwest, Northwest. And those are directions. So when you're driving, some of you might have the compass in your car. Like I know that Mr. Kuzma's truck kind of shows, it has a compass and it shows you if you're driving to the North Shore, it'll point to the north. It'll have a little line showing that you're going north, or if you're going south, it'll point to the south. So next time you're in your car, see if your car has a compass, and so it can show you which way you're driving. It's kind of fun to know if you're going northeast or south or however you're going, okay? All right, so time to work on your worksheets, guys. Have a good day.